Hello beautiful, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to this video where I'm just gonna get ready. I have some new makeup here that I want to try, and I just want to sit down and chat because quite honestly, I have been struggling a little bit lately, and I just want to have fun. I just want to have carefree makeup fun, and that's what I'm gonna do today. I also asked you to give me some topics that you wanted me to discuss today, so you gave me some really fun stuff on Instagram, so I'm gonna be touching on some of those things as well. But overall, I'm just excited to be putting some makeup on, trying some new stuff, using some old favorites, and just chatting with you. I'm actually gonna start with a primer. I always take my ring off. Oh, I did my nails today. Look at this. Don't look at that. Don't get me demonetized. I did rainbow nails. Rainbow for Pride Month. I don't know if it's June when you're seeing this, but these are gonna be like the nails that I wear throughout like bigger parts of June, and I'm just very excited about that. I actually did get some questions about like corporate pride and like, you know, people taking like advantage of pride and just making it into a money-making machine. And honestly, I will say I don't mind that much, as long as it's made by companies that normally don't go out of their way to like not support the LGBTQI plus. I think that's the proper term, because like we're living in a capitalistic world, and I think sometimes the only way to make companies want to be a part of any kind of movement, you have to trick them with money. You literally have to be like, you know, those like sketches when you were a kid and people were like dangling a carrot in front of someone just to make like the donkey move. That's like corporate world. You have to dangle like a dollar bill in front of them, otherwise they're not going to move in your direction. So I don't mind it. As long as it is a win-win situation, as long as money is actually being donated to a cause, because if you're gonna release something rainbow in June, you better be helping the cause as well. You can release something rainbow whenever you want, but if you do it in June, we all know why you're doing it in June, so I really hope that you like do it with a purpose as well. And also when it's made by companies that are like very non-progressive. Oh my god, that's dark. Well, 11 months of the year, we don't want to see you faking it in June. It's just honestly kind of pathetic. I did touch on my channel a while ago that I am bisexual. I don't really talk about it on my channel because it's not really what my channel is about, but I have been getting a lot of messages from you after I talked about it on YouTube of like how inspiring it was and how you liked that I was so open about it. And I feel like I talked about it in that video that sometimes it's hard. I mean, I'm not trying to put myself in a victim corner in any way, shape, or form, but it's hard sometimes to talk about your bisexuality when I'm a woman that's in a marriage with a male. Like, people don't question my sexuality ever. They don't ask me about my sexuality. They don't want answers. And I think that like I've been almost sheltered in a maybe a bad way from the whole discussion, not having to ever be questioned. And I think for that reason it's even more important for me maybe to be open about it, because I'm sure there are other people like me out there that are living in a relationship that nobody is questioning, and because of that you rarely have the opportunity to like really discuss it if you want to. I think that the reason why I've never like made a big deal out of it, or maybe never like really discussed it, is because no one has ever made a big deal out of it in my life. I remember telling my mom once when we were out for beer, and she was like, she didn't care. Like, not even a little bit. I think I was like 20, and my mom was like, because my mom and my dad and my stepdad and everyone that's really been in a close relationship to me have always been very accepting and very loving, and I've never heard any kind of like derogatory or anti-LGBTQI talk amongst my family when growing up. I even remember my dad once saying I don't remember in what capacity or why we were mentioning this. My dad said that someone that he worked with liked other guys. Like it was a male coworker that liked other guys. And my dad said, some people don't like that, but I don't really care because who am I to judge who he likes? And I just thought, now thinking back of it, that's such a nice thing for someone to like not only say out loud, but also to tell their kid, because I was young. I was maybe 6 or something. And it's just really a nice thing to be taught when being young, that that doesn't matter because it doesn't really affect you, and just be kind, but also know that not everyone is kind. And I think that maybe that's also why I've never really discussed it more, because it's never been like a big deal. And also because I am married to a man and he is the love of my life and I never want anyone else. There's no need for me to think about it further, because like I've settled on this one human. He's the one for me, and I'm never having another human again. I hope that that makes sense. Okay, let me actually zoom in a little bit. I'm gonna do my brows, and I have this one. Wait, I'm not making sense. I have this Glowgasm face palette by Tilbury. I still have not used this one. And I also have that new liquid highlighter blush thing. So I think we're gonna try and use both of them. Why not? Ooh, here it is. I think it looks cute. Now we have, like, thank you so much for everyone who's been helping me. Some people said that this was a new one. Some people said that this was a re-promote. It is a re-promote. This one had been available before. A lot of people loved it, and she was bringing it back. And I'm excited. I'm very excited. Oh, there's a plastic here. I'm like, I feel something. I feel something. So we're going to be using this. Plus, I have this new Beauty Light Wands highlighter blush in Pink Gasm Sunset, which is supposed to be like a darker, like this, a darker pinkish red that's a shimmer. So I thought we'd use a little bit of both. I'm very, very excited to be trying these. I have had them in my collection for over a week, dying to try them. Okay, so what is my plan here? I'm not 100% sure. I think I'm just gonna do the bronzer on both sides, and then we'll do this blush on, like, blushes on one side, and we'll do the liquid blush on another side, and we'll just see if there's any difference whatsoever, because I'm not sure that there is a difference, to be honest. I'm gonna put on a lip liner first though. This one is from Lunar Beauty. This is in blushing, because I want to be putting this one on. I bought the set. Listen, don't come for me. There was a bundle and I was like, oh, there's a bundle, I'm saving money. No money was saved. I spent a lot of money. But this is the Pink Gasm Jewel Lips. Easy to apply. Yeah, because lip glosses are notoriously very difficult to maneuver. And this one is in Pink Gasm Sunset. So it's the same color. Well, it's the same family, but just in a gloss. And I really want to try it since apparently I bought it. And I have to do a little lip liner, otherwise I will have lip gloss all over my existence up into my hairline. So it's a small doe foot. Smells a little vanilla-y. Thin, but still like gel-like. I like it. Very cushiony, gel-like, and it feels like a mix between an oil and a gloss, but it's not like super sticky. Okay, I'm impressed with the formula, and I'm wearing a pink lip. Who do I think I am? So let's see if we can dig up another one of these like questions. Now that I've answered apparently one question for 2 million years. Oh, there is a lot of really, really good questions here. One is just, how's Kaisa been? Kaisa had a surgery because she broke a tooth, and she is fully recovered, and she's doing great. Thank you everyone who's been asking. She is back to normal again, and she was honestly, there was no complications whatsoever. So thank you for asking. This is an interesting one. Speaking your needs in a relationship. I struggle with asking for what I need. That is a really interesting one. I don't know if I am gonna have any definite like answers to that, I want to use something a little bit more, because I usually use like a little more of a flimsy brush, but I don't know if it's going to pick this up because this one looks like a baked gelée formula. Yes, I need something denser. Hold. This one is from Refer, and this is a, unfortunately, it's a prototype. It says P09A. I don't know what that one is, but this is a natural bristle brush just to pick up a little bit more of the bronzer product, because these like baked gelée formulas usually need a little bit more of a denser brush, or at least a brush that is either natural hair or made to emulate a natural hair bristle, so that you can pick up the product a little bit more easier. So here's the thing. I've definitely been in relationships where I have had a hard time talking about my needs, because I feel like it doesn't really matter what I want because I'm gonna get what I get, you know? I will say with me and Ricardo, I think we are both very good at talking to each other, like, what do you want? What do you need? Should I lower the light a bit? I'm sorry, I'm so all over the place. I am all over the place. Hold. I just hate being unnecessarily bright for no reason. I want you to see like how my skin actually looks. I will say what's worked for me and Ricardo is to discuss things when you're in a good mood. You cannot have these like life-changing discussions when you are fighting or when you are upset with each other. Put a pin in it and try to bring it up when you are in a good mood, because you need to be having these important discussions when you're both ready to actually listen to each other. Because everyone fights, some in big ways, some in small ways. And I mean, even me and Ricardo, sometimes, you know, you let feelings take over. You had a bad day at work, or maybe like I'm having my period, or maybe just, you know, anything could like take you off, to be honest. And you just are not ready to have those kind of discussions at that point. So for us, I've definitely always felt like it was really good for us to discuss things when we're both in like a good mood and when we're both like ready to have a deep discussion. I also think that when it comes to like saying what you want and what you need, it's always good to be as precise as possible if you can. Like for me, for example, I'm a person that thrives in companies. I think I'm gonna use these two together. I'm just gonna, I don't know, use both of them. I'm gonna use both of them. Where am I gonna put them? Here. But I also love being alone. And for me, with Ricardo, sometimes I will say, I feel very overwhelmed, or I need to be alone for a bit. And it's just one of those things where we both know that like, oh, let's just take a couple of hours to just recharge on our own. But like, I'm very specific. I love how that looks. It looks absolutely incredible. I'm very specific with what I want and what I need. I need to be alone. And I also, I do struggle with depression, and sometimes I'm having a bad day and I will tell my husband, I'm having a bad day, but it's not you. So that's, let me see. Oh, that's too much. Abort. So that's like almost like a code word for my husband to be like, I am just not gonna have any heavy discussions with her today. Today is not gonna be the day where we talk about any like super like important things. Sometimes he will cook me dinner. Sometimes he will ask if I want to choose a movie. But like, I'm always very specific. I'm having a bad day. I need either to be alone or I want to watch a movie. And I also am very specific saying it's not you. Because, you know, sometimes when people say, like, I'm in a bad mood, at least I know for me, I tend to feel like, is it me? Did I do something? Can I help? Can we talk about it? And for me, when I am having when I'm in a bad mood and I just really don't want to talk about it, the last thing I want is for someone to be like, is it me? Is it me? Is it me? And we have this understanding, me and Ricardo, that when I have a bad day, what kind of I think I'm going to use the stiff. That is definitely a cat hair. I'm going to use this like stiff brush. It's from Sigma. And I'm going to go in with a highlighter. I love this cheek palette. And I love this blush. I will say, if you buy the cheek palette, It's a very similar result to this highlighter thing. This one is just more glowy. But I love that we are able to have this like understanding between ourselves where it's like we can talk about stuff when we're in a good mood, but when we're not in a good mood, all we have to do is say like, today's not the day, and the other one will 100% respect that. I have a problem with clutter. Clutter makes me annoyed. Clutter brings me stress and almost like anxiety if there's too many things around. So if I say that I'm having a bad day, my husband will start cleaning up his stuff, which is like him knowing exactly what I want. But I think also again here, I've been very specific to let him know clutter around the house makes me feel bad. It makes me feel like I'm living in a student corridor, and it doesn't really bother him that much, but he knows that like it will make me happy if he moves it. The same as like I know my husband is, even though he won't say it, he loves getting an unexpected gift. So if I'm at the store and I buy something for him, like I was thinking about you, I bought your favorite candy, I know he really likes that. And I mean, that has nothing to do with like asking for what you need, but I think that like being very specific and also bringing it up at a time when you're not fighting has proven to be the best solution for me to like getting across like how I really feel, and also compromising. Because I feel like that's what like relationships are. It's compromising. If you say, I really need this, and your partner says, okay, but I really need this, then maybe you need to compromise. Can you meet in the middle? Can you like find a way to like agree on it? I don't know. I love this cheek palette and I love this highlighter blush formula. Do you need both? No. If you only want this warm reddish pink sheen, this one, it gives that. If you want the full cheek palette experience, you don't need this one as well. I'm gonna say that. You can even see, like I'm wearing the blush on one cheek and I'm wearing the different blushes on both cheeks, but they look very similar. So you definitely don't need both. I don't think you need any of them, but they are very pretty. And I am very excited that I was able to try them out and that I bought them. I'm gonna use some setting spray. That's what I'm gonna start doing. This one. I'm gonna use some setting spray. This is the Pore Eclipse Matte Setting Spray. And I am gonna be using that new palette from Colourpop. That's my plan. Hello? Okay, we're gonna be using this one. If I didn't say it, it's the... Can you... Hello, sir? This is Smoking Hot by Colourpop. It's... more bright than I thought it was gonna be, and I really want to use this one, and I am not in focus, and I really want to use this one. I'm excited. I am excited about those two. That's about it. So we're gonna start with this one. It is called Up in Flames, because I feel like that's the one I want to have. Okay, let me see if I can find some other questions. Daily life, mental health, and pets. Okay, I did talk a little bit about that. It's been, I don't want to say rough, but I have been feeling a little overwhelmed by life lately. It's hard to explain exactly what I mean with that, and I think that the main reason that I have been feeling overwhelmed with life lately is probably that exact reason. I don't really know 100% what's going on all the time, and I feel a little overwhelmed with all the things that I have on my plate and how I am supposed to prioritize them and how I am supposed to be like feeling about all of them. I am of course using my own Cinch brushes. Thank you so much, by the way, by the amazing support during the first sale that we ever had. We had a sale during the Memorial Day weekend, which is of course is a very American sale, but like the brand is located in the US. What am I gonna do? Thank you so much. I'm having a pickup tomorrow. As I'm filming this, I'm having a pickup tomorrow, picking up all the orders from the sale that already hasn't gone out, because I had a couple of hundreds orders going out before the weekend even started. and I'm having the rest picked up tomorrow. So thank you so much for that. That was incredibly exciting to see, and I did get some questions about that as well, so we can take that after this one. But yeah, life has been pretty overwhelming as of late, and I don't necessarily think it's because I work too much. I think that, like, as with most things that you put your heart and soul into, the way that I like truly love makeup and love YouTube and love creating, part of the like reason why you love doing it and love like continuing with it is that you get positive feedback, or that, you know, people seem to love what you're doing, you know, you're getting the views and all of that. And as of late, I've had a lot of people that I honestly think mean well just leave me a lot of micromanaging kind of a comments, and it's kind of been getting to me, which normally I don't give a fluff if people that I don't know don't like me. Like, you don't like me, that's fine. I don't like you either. I don't care about that. I know that I'm a nice person. I know that I am a smart person. I know that I am a caring person. But when people that I actually do think like me overall just try to tell me that I should change the way I am to better fit how they feel I should be as a human being, I can't help but feel a little sad about it, because like, this isn't a jukebox. This isn't a video game where you get to decide in what direction the storyline goes. This is my life. This is me. This is my personality. And when you say that I should change my personality or change my life or change the way I talk, or when I have people that every video leave comments telling me, oh, you pronounced this word wrong. This isn't about me. This isn't a channel about me trying to be the perfect at English. I already know that I'm mispronouncing words, or you should put the emphasis on the I instead of the T. And it's like, I'm never gonna be that good at English so that you will not know that this is like my second language. And I am okay with that, and I need you to be okay with that too. There has to be something other about my channel that you can comment on that isn't that I mispronounced this one word that, quite honestly, I don't even know how to pronounce properly in my own language. And if you want me to be absolutely perfect when I speak, I'm gonna have to do my videos in Swedish, and that's just the way it is. So I really would like to just have less comments of that from people that I truly, because these aren't haters. I don't think that you mean ill. I think you honestly mean well. Some people tell me that, oh, you should speak slower, or you should really stop wearing your hair like that, or wear colors like this because it fits you better. Like, trust that I see what you see, and I see more of me than you see. I like me. I like the way I look. I like the way I talk. If you need me to talk slower, there is literally a button here on YouTube that makes videos go slower. Someone even told me that they think that I should change husband because my husband doesn't seem something. It's like, you don't know me that well. And I really would want you to trust my judgment when it comes to my life. Because I have actively chosen to be most of the things that you see online. And also know that there is a lot of me that you might actually never know, because I've chosen to keep it offline, because I am more than what I'm showing you here. I don't know, sometimes it just discouraged me a bit, because I feel like people expect that they want to like mold me into the perfect version of like what their perfect friend would be, and it's like, I'm never gonna be that. I can only be me. And I really wish that more people would take like the good with the bad, because there is no person that you know in real life that doesn't have a quality that's like maybe not your ideal favorite quality, but you take the good with the bad. and we need to start doing that online as well, because I do know that there are quite a few YouTubers that actually feel even worse about this than I do behind the scenes, and you risk running some of your favorite creators offline because they're just not happy with that. I also, like I said, I've struggled my entire life almost, at least since my late teens, with depression, and some days I feel better and some days I feel worse. And I have been feeling a little bit as of late. I've been feeling that, like, is it burnout? Am I getting to a burnout? And that's also why I have decided to just film stuff that I think is fun, that I enjoy, like just creating a fun makeup look like this, and not worrying too much about the ever mysterious algorithm or views or AdSense or stuff like that, because I need to keep thinking that this is fun. Otherwise, I'm just gonna do something else instead. And when I think that this is fun, like today, I am truly enjoying myself just sitting here playing. Oh, I love that red color, Up in Flames. It is so gorgeous. I've literally only used 2 colors so far, and I really like the quality of these 2. But like, I'm truly enjoying myself just sitting here playing with makeup, especially when everything is going so well as it's doing today. I don't want to lose that. I don't want to lose my passion, because like when I was in Charleston, I know Nomad Beauty was talking about there is something so special about having an interest that you are this passionate about. And I could not agree more. There is something so special about having something that you are as interested in as I am in makeup, to keep that flame burning basically, and just to keep that interest going and to not lose it, because not everyone has an interest that they love as much as I still love makeup, and I don't want to lose it because I'm overworking myself with the fine print, the algorithm, the filming, the blah blah blah, like, because that's not important. What's really important is my love for makeup. I want to use this one. It's called Sizzle. I want to use that, and then I think I'm gonna use Death Valley. It's like a cream shadow, cream matte with goldy sparkles. I think I'm gonna use that in my inner corner. So this is Sizzle. That looks like a really nice coral with a sheen. Oh, let me just fix plus this. And oh, look at that. Let's use, oh, that is pretty. Wow, that is so cute. I did get this palette sent to me by Colourpop. Colourpop gave me a code. The code is Angelica. I will put that down below. This is one of those palettes that I would not have bought myself. But I mean, I can't deny that this look is super pretty. That I need this big of a palette to create a look like this? No. But I can still enjoy the look, and I really am. I think I'm gonna use a little bit of this hot chocolate before I go into that Death Valley, and just deepen up a little bit out here, and just meet up a little bit on the shimmer. Okay, so this is Death Valley, and I got this question: how do you feel as a business owner? And then I got the how's your new business going? Always love the updates you share. So I thought, like, since I talked about that sale with Singe, I would talk just a little bit about the things that I can share. Like, of course, this is my brand. I can share whatever the fluff I want. I can talk about anything. But it's always smart to not, oh my god, that's beautiful. It's always smart to not overshare before you have stuff in, like, in motion basically. But it is going well. I do have a little bit stock left. It's not that much left. And I am planning to sell out that stock, and then when I restock, I will be offering singles as well. So I definitely will be offering singles. I know a bunch of you have been asking, like, when is singles coming? When are you going to be having singles? All of that. And I hear you. I really do. I know a bunch of you have been asking. A bunch of you have been waiting. And I didn't forget. I'm definitely... Oh, that is beautiful. Oh, that is beautiful. I'm definitely doing that. Oh, I think I'm going to be... I'm so over the place. The Ochre by Glossier. That had a little dirt on it. Let's not do that. I will be doing that. And I am still hoping to have another release, like a new release with the brand in 2023. I am working on things. But this is something that I knew before starting a brand. Things take time. So much more time than you think before you like start seeing the back end of a brand, basically. And especially if you're like not just picking stuff from a catalog, but you're actually like, you know, making blueprints and getting your own models and like getting everything done like I did with my brushes. And even if you're like developing your own formulas and your own colors and you're not like picking from a catalog, because if you're picking from a catalog, you can go from idea to finished product in a few months, sometimes even less, depending. If you're starting from scratch with just an idea and they have to like develop something for you or like draw blueprints and like do everything from scratch, that's a process. That's a long process, and you also like need to like get the stuff and try the stuff and make sure that you like the stuff and all of that. And then like there is like packaging and there is logos and there is so many things that goes into everything. And you kind of think that like, oh, but I'm just gonna tell them what I want and then they can just produce it. No, it's a long process. And the bigger ordeal it gets, or the more you want to be custom designing things, you know, logos, colors, formulas, handles, brushes, whatever it is that you're doing, packaging, the more people needs to put their hands on it. Because I don't want to have like packaging that looks like something that I've created in Canva in an afternoon. Like I want to have something that looks as professional as I feel my brand is. And then like that person needs to have time to do stuff as well. And like there is just a lot of things that go into everything. And like weeks start adding up, and all of a sudden it's months, and all of a sudden it's 6 months. And yeah, it's just not as easy as one might think, especially not like back when I started YouTube. And when like Morphe, for example, would like restock a sold out palette within 2 weeks. You were like, why isn't other brands doing that? And now I realize it's because they were just holding stock. They were just holding stock and then they put it back in stock, and just to create like a little bit of FOMO. So it's some of those things, because you cannot produce a palette in 2 weeks and restock it. Like it's not possible. So it's a lot of those things that like you realize with time. And also like some people are like, oh, why did this sell out and why did this one not sell out? Like you can put 10 units and sell out in 2 minutes and be like, oh my god, this is such a successful launch. And that doesn't mean anything, because one brand could sell 10,000 and still have 2,000 in stock, and one brand could sell 1,000 and then restock with 2,000. And some people would think that the brand that sold out 1,000 is more successful than the brand that sold out 10,000, because the brand that sold 10,000 never sold out. Sold out doesn't mean anything if we don't know the numbers, which is also something that's important to keep in mind, because I sometimes see people compare successes in whether or not they sold out. And like, again, that only means something if you know the numbers of how many units they sold. I think that my makeup is done. I'm trying to like collect these things and put them away. I will say, I think that this looks really, really good. Like the cheeks are stunning. Does it emphasize a little bit of my pores? I mean, you can see that, like, I mean, you can clearly see that I'm not using any kind of filters. You can see all my pores and like wrinkles and stuff. But I do think that it's not like super emphasizing. It's looking really good. And the eyeshadow is beautiful. And this one does feel very comfortable. This was a successful trying out some new makeup, and I'm excited about that because I did need a little pick-me-up today. So I did what most people cannot do. I fell asleep with wet hair after coming out of the shower yesterday. But since I have that like super like pathetically shining flat Scandinavian hair, my hair just woke up and said, that's fine. I choose peace today, and it's still very much behaving, even though I did that to it. So, I mean, love that for me, love that for my hair. I realized that just me saying that I fell asleep with wet hair after showering is making some people cringe and grind their teeth, and that's the life I'm living. So I got some other questions as well. I got a bunch of questions. And about a bunch of like talking points, but I just really wanted to chat more freely from the heart than do like a Q&A. I actually got one from Ali Dawson that was, what's it truly like being a content creator at times? Get ready with me. And I feel like that would be such a good topic to like extrapolate to an entire video. So I might put up another prompt that you've already seen on my Instagram, just asking follow-up questions about that, because I kind of want to film that too. Maybe I'll like film that tomorrow. And then I got one that says, do you miss the snow? No. If I never see snow again in my life, I will die a happy person. And then I got one that I thought was funny, and we'll end on this one. Current trends you think will stick around longer than usual. I think that pink makeup will stick around longer than we thought. Pink, you know, the color changing lip trend, cheek trend truly has brought us into, and also like those super bright pink cheeks that have been selling out, like Dior truly went and did something with the hype that they created around their brand. I truly think that the bright pinks will stick around and has already stuck around longer than I thought. And with that being said, I mean, I bought some pink adjacent things, and I did actually also in a quite recent video use that new watermelon collection by Lawless, which is a bright, warmer, not pastel, more like a not white based bright, like watermelon pink. Literally makes sense. And that is such a more flattering pink to wear if you don't have a pink or a more cooler skin tone. Definitely check out that collection by Lawless. I do a video, like I said, where I'm using it. And I feel like pink makeup, bright pinks, will stay around a little longer than anticipated. But I think it will morph into even more different shades of and different variations of a pink. What I'm seeing today, like the lip gloss, and it's not even looking that pink on my cheeks because of my more warm undertone, and also that collection by Lawless. And I'm kind of excited. Honestly, I'm always excited to see new things in the beauty space. It's so easy to get bored of trends. And trends is a way for you to not necessarily go out and buy new things, but it's a way for you to try out new things, or try out new techniques, or try out new colors. Maybe you can shop your stash that you might not have like thought about before. And just discovering what other kinds of makeup also makes you happy, also makes you feel fierce. I know, it's always nice to like change it up a bit and try new things. And I do think that we will be seeing pink makeup for a little bit longer. Thank you so much for spending some time with me, for being here with me while I was getting ready. I truly love this makeup look. I think it looks absolutely fierce. I love everything about it. I think everything that we tried today was absolutely stunning. I mean, I used some old things and I used some new things. Well, mainly this one was the old thing. I also tried this concealer again today, and I used a little bit less today than I used the other time, and I also used more powder going in. Let me go in and look. Yes, I do think that it's creasing less now. So if I use less concealer and more powder, I can make it not crease on me, because the first time I used that concealer, I absolutely did not like it at all. So yeah, again, thank you so much for being here. Don't forget to subscribe if you are not, and I will see you again in a new video very soon. Bye!